To solve the system of equations, we can either use the elimination method or the substitution method. In this case, the elimination method is the fastest, most effective way to solve the system, so I'm actually going to start with the substitution method. We won't solve the whole thing out, but I'll show you how to set it up and show you why it's not the most ideal. So for substitution, you want to start with your equation that will be the easiest to isolate a variable with. In this case, this y is really easy to isolate. So we'll pull that out to the side. And to get y by itself, all we need to do is add 5x to both sides, do opposite operations. This will cancel, leaving us with y is equal to 6 plus 5x. And now that we have that value of y, we can substitute it in for any y in any equation, including this first one here. So we can now rewrite our first equation to say 5x minus 2 times y, which is equal to 6 plus 5x, is equal to negative 7. And now we would be able to solve for our variable x. Now, this isn't the most ideal because whenever we multiply this out, we will have negative 12, negative 10x, and just all of these numbers upon first glance. This math is very doable, but it's just not very easy, intuitive, and quick. But when we do the elimination method, you will see it goes by much, much faster, and it has numbers that are much, much easier to work with. To do the elimination method, we need to line up our two like terms that have the same variable, same coefficient, but opposite signs. And those two are 5x and negative 5x. We can rearrange these two terms so that 5x is first, the negative 5x, then we'll have a positive y is equal to 6. Now we can combine these two equations. These will cancel or eliminate each other out. And then we'll have negative 2y plus y will give us negative 1y. And that will be equal to negative 7 plus 6 will give us negative 1. Now we just need to divide both sides by negative 1, our opposite operations, and that will leave us with y is equal to positive 1. And here, that already tells us all we need to know for our correct answer, because the only answer choice with a positive 1y value is answer choice D. But if you wanted to make sure that your answer was correct, you would take this number and plug it back into any of these equations. I would choose the second one just because y is already, it doesn't have a coefficient, and that'll make the math a little bit easier. So we would have y, which is 1, minus 5x equal to 6, and we would solve for x. Here we could do opposite operations, minus 1 to both sides. These would cancel, giving us negative 5x is equal to, not negative 5, a positive 5. And then negative 5 is being multiplied to x, so the opposite would be dividing it on both sides. These would cancel, giving us x is equal to negative 1 and making D our correct answer.